Thinking about visiting Puerto Rico? Let this video be your guide. I'm going to go through real quick and show you all the different activities available, how I planned out my trip to give you an idea how you can make your trip stress-free so you don't end up sitting on the floor of an elevator scratching your head, getting completely stressed out and ruin your opportunity for fun, or even worse, laid out. However, in this case, let me let you know the drinking age in Puerto Rico is 18, so if you have 18 to 20-year-old kids, this could be your kid too. So let's get on the road and go ahead and go through this list and help you plan out your trip to Puerto Rico. So if you look at this, I went ahead and plotted out all the different locations that I want to go through on this upcoming trip by location. So from San Juan over to the east, to the north, to the south, all the different locations to make it easier for me to plot out the different places I want to visit each day. So first thing I did was pull together a list of all the different activities. Feel free to pause here that I was interested in doing. Once I got them all listed out here, I took the numbers and I put them onto a map so that I could see the clusters and determine where I want to visit by day so that I wouldn't be going back and forth between the locations. Once I did that, I went ahead and started my trip in Old San Juan. I got an Airbnb in Old San Juan and did Old San Juan and San Juan all in one day. This is a little clip of us walking through Old San Juan. The tourism was really, really high here during the day and all night long. To include here at this selfie club, which was freaking amazing. There was also party buses coming through town. Feel free to grab the number off of here if that's something that you're interested in. This was all in the Old San Juan area, heading down towards the piers where the cruise ships come in and the I Heart Puerto Rico sign. We also had the Umbrella Street where you can take pictures at. There was bars like La Factoria where they did the Despacito video at. There was also restaurants that were pretty popular in reviews on Facebook. Couldn't get a reservation there or get in, so please make a reservation beforehand. There was also El Mora that we didn't get a chance to get to, but there was kite flying out on the front yard, which we did at least get to do portions of that. There's also museums here, several, but this museum had an African exhibit that I really wanted to see. There was also several malls, but this is the one that we decided on, which was pretty great for shopping, but the food court was a little bit lacking. But who really goes to Puerto Rico to eat at a food court anyway? There's also the rum factory that you can do tours on. There's $75 per tour. There's 3 different ones, but only 2, the mixology class and the rum tasting tour, that you could purchase online tours for at the $75. I didn't see one for the other. Also, while leaving out of San Juan, we stopped at this strip that had the different kiosks listed are available on both sides of the street, as well as some souvenir shopping right before you got to another beach that looked pretty nice heading towards the rainforest. So feel free to stop through here. You'll definitely enjoy the food out here, but it is fried. Then we got to the eastern part of Puerto Rico where our first stop was supposed to be at the rainforest, but we actually missed our reservations and had to book it for another day. So see my separate video on how to book your rainforest tours if this is something you're interested in. However, once we did get there, it was just it was a lot of different options, but we opted on one of the waterfall sections that was just a short 5-minute hike. It was not even really a hike, just up some steps and down a little itty bitty little dirt path, and we had to be there within 3 to 5 minutes. Really, really simple. Even seen a few babies out there making this track. Once there, it was well worth the reward. It does seem a little crowded, but yet it emptied out really, really fast, and a lot of people didn't get in the water, so you definitely will enjoy and get great pics. There was also a water park that we wanted to hit up. However, once we got there, we realized it was for guests only. So if you're not staying there, opt instead for the nearby beach that we headed to and had a blast. We were there all day. They rented out chairs. They had on the other side, jet skis had to be available for rent because there was a lot of them out there, so you can enjoy that. Then there are a few locations that are in between all the clusters that may be worth mentioning or visiting, to include this different adventure park. The adventure park had zip lining. They offered the opportunity for rock climbing. The prices seemed really, really reasonable. They had roller coasters available, even suspension bridges, which I wouldn't have done. There was also this amazing looking beach that I really wanted to get to with caves that I didn't get a chance to, but definitely interested in, as well as this water park, which is supposed to be one of the biggest. Unfortunately, when we went there, it was showing temporarily closed in July of 2021. But hopefully, if it's open during your visit, it may be worth going to. But if not, trust me, they have enough beautiful beaches. You don't need the water park. Last, we hit up the southern part of Puerto Rico. where we stayed at the Hilton Casino and Golf Resort, which was amazing. They offered museums, which we didn't get a chance to visit. Recent reviews are saying that when they got there, they weren't open. So please check into that before going. There was also a historical church, which had amazing cathedral ceilings and a mansion that we didn't get to tour the inside because we got there too late, but we did get to walk the grounds around the back as well as tour the cross and the Chinese gardens. But please beware, the elevator could be out. It was out and we hiked to the top of that by stairs, and oh, was it a journey. So be prepared to wear cool clothes for that day. There's also in Ponce a nice garden city center where you can find the old historical fire department as well as a boardwalk. Please be aware that if you go out to this strip to the boardwalk, it can be located on both sides of the street. Make sure you see both. There was also a few locations in the northwestern area that included a lot of waterfalls and caves that we didn't get a chance to tour because it just wasn't enough time. So these are some of the different cave systems and water entryways to the cave that you can take part in if you really want to see this part. I will definitely be hitting these up on our next vacation. Kind of sad even just thinking about the fact we missed it. It was also on the southern tip, two other locations. It was a sunflower field, which I've seen lots of pictures and how beautiful it was, as well as a lighthouse to have cliff views, and you can actually go down to the beach side, which isn't very packed, that we didn't get to. So what I did was take all these locations and plot them out by days. The second day was supposed to be East Puerto Rico. Like I said, we missed the rainforest, so instead we tried the other things that was on the list. Day 3 was southern Puerto Rico. We listed out several items that I knew we couldn't realistically get to all of. We hit up several of them. You don't want to be stuck on a strict itinerary anyway. Just give yourself options. So for day 4, I listed out multiple options, and we actually hit up quite a few of these and got to pick and choose between the ones that we wanted to do based on how we was feeling that day. Once it was all said and done, it was time to go. We left nothing out there. Puerto Rico owes us nothing. We enjoyed our trip and off we went. If you like this video, please feel free to hit the like or subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy your vacation to Puerto Rico.